What really happens to the prostate when an older man masturbates every day? This is a question that very few people dare to say out loud, but almost everyone has silently thought about. Is it a healthy habit? Is it harmful? Is it a sign of weakness, or could it be an action that silently protects your life? Behind closed doors, millions of men, especially from middle age onward, are struggling with conflicting streams of information. But, before we go looking for answers, if you see yourself somewhere in this story, hit like. Not for the video, but because you know there are many men just like you, silently searching for the truth. And if you have something to say, please leave a comment. You might realize you're not alone. So, what is the prostate? The prostate, a small gland located just below the bladder, is already sensitive to aging, and becomes even more vulnerable if we don't fully understand how to take care of it. Some people believe that regular ejaculation is necessary to maintain prostate health. Meanwhile, there are also many warnings claiming that this habit reduces testosterone, causes addiction, or weakens the prostate. Caught between outdated ideas about masculinity and baseless advice, the truth is gradually being forgotten. And that is exactly what men need to understand most, to protect their own health. The second thing to know is prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is currently the second most common cancer among men worldwide. About 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with this disease at some point in their lives. That means every life choice, from what we eat, how we move, to how often we ejaculate, may play a more important role than we think. Let's go back to the early 2000s. At Harvard University, a group of scientists quietly launched a large-scale, years-long study. They tracked nearly 30,000 men, just to find out one seemingly simple thing: how many times each man reached orgasm per month. Some men ejaculated only 4 to 7 times, others, more than 21 times. At first, the researchers didn't expect to see anything significant, but the final results surprised them. Men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had a 31% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated less often. This wasn't a small difference, it was the kind of improvement typically hoped for from a promising new drug. The only difference was, this medicine was completely free and completely natural. Not long after, in Australia, another group of researchers discovered the same thing. They found that men who ejaculated 4 to 7 times per week, almost daily, had up to a 36% lower risk of developing prostate cancer before the age of 70. 2 studies, 2 continents, but one conclusion: regular sexual activity isn't just instinct, it may be a natural defense mechanism that protects our own bodies. Dear friends, ejaculating daily works like turning on a faucet, flushing out old fluids, reducing pressure, and potentially helping to expel harmful agents before they accumulate. Experts call this the prostate cleansing hypothesis, a theory that's gaining more and more attention. But the effects don't stop at cleansing. Regular ejaculation also helps regulate hormonal activity and calm the sympathetic nervous system, which often puts pressure on the prostate. This allows the gland to relax, both physically and biochemically. Some studies even suggest that this process can influence gene expression within prostate cells, promote healing, reduce inflammation, and support the regeneration of healthy cells, even if ejaculation can't yet be confirmed as a miracle cure for cancer. The physiological effects it creates are very clear: improved blood circulation, balanced hormones, reduced inflammatory factors, and conditions that allow cells to repair themselves. However, this is exactly where modern medicine remains cautious. Because while the correlation is clear, proving a cause and effect relationship is much more complicated. Not everyone who ejaculates frequently will avoid cancer, and not everyone who abstains will get sick. There are many other influencing factors: age, genetics, diet, weight, or even the way masturbation is performed. Still, the numbers and data we currently have are the core of the issue. Most men don't talk about their masturbation habits, and when they do, it's often accompanied by shame, guilt, or brushed off with a joke. But modern science has made it very clear: Masturbation is not just a teenage habit, and it's definitely not something dirty that needs to be hidden. It is a natural and important biological function that can help maintain prostate health from middle age into old age. Not only that, but what surprises many people is this. Masturbation also brings full body benefits. According to research from the Cleveland Clinic, orgasm causes a significant spike in oxytocin, the hormone associated with love and emotional bonding. Oxytocin reduces levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, while increasing dopamine, which boosts mood, excitement, and motivation for life. This biochemical mix produces a range of positive effects: deep relaxation, better sleep, a more stable nervous system. At the same time, it helps reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate area. When combined with its ability to support the immune system and regulate hormones, we start to see a clearer, bigger picture. Ejaculation isn't just about reproduction. It's part of the body's self-regulation and maintenance system, especially as we get older. However, it's important to draw a clear line. We're talking about balance, about a healthy, conscious physiological behavior, not about addiction or compulsive acts. The issue isn't daily ejaculation. The issue lies in the misunderstandings surrounding it. Today, some online communities promote abstinence as a symbol of true masculinity, claiming that refraining from ejaculation can boost testosterone and enhance vitality. But science paints a more nuanced picture. Short-term abstinence may cause a slight temporary increase in testosterone, but if prolonged, it can backfire, increasing stress, disrupting sleep, and even elevating low-grade chronic inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation, though silent, is one of the most dangerous threats to the prostate. It hardens tissue, distorts normal cellular function, and over time, may contribute to DNA mutations. This condition is believed to be linked to several issues commonly seen in older men, such as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and even prostate cancer. So what role does ejaculation play? One hypothesis increasingly supported by experts, including the Cleveland Clinic and respected medical journals like NDPI, is that regular ejaculation helps the body manage cellular health more effectively. Specifically, it promotes apoptosis, the natural mechanism by which the body eliminates damaged or aging cells. At the same time, each ejaculation sends important biochemical signals, helping regulate hormones and restore balance. Even prolactin, a hormone often misunderstood as the cause of fatigue after orgasm, plays a very real role. It helps calm the nervous system, prevents overstimulation, and creates conditions for the reproductive system to reset, like a necessary reboot for the system. And this isn't just theory, it's been clearly observed in clinical practice. Urologists have noted that men who ejaculate infrequently often report more symptoms of prostatitis. Prostatitis can cause pelvic pain, difficulty urinating, frequent urination, and even impair sexual function. While the causes can vary, prolonged lack of ejaculation is increasingly being viewed as a notable potential factor. Even more surprisingly, ejaculation also appears to be linked to immune system regulation. Some studies have shown that testicular fluid doesn't only contain sperm, it also carries molecules that help modulate immune responses. When the body maintains a stable physiological rhythm, the immune system tends to function more evenly, avoiding overreactions or misdirected responses. On the other hand, when the prostate is underactive, fluids can become stagnant, ducts may get blocked, and the pace of cell regeneration slows down. This can cause the body to enter a state of immune confusion. Some cells are mistakenly identified as foreign objects, leading to mild inflammation, swelling, and in some cases, triggering autoimmune responses when the body attacks itself. This is especially important for men over 40. At that stage, testosterone begins to decline, the prostate tends to enlarge, blood flow is no longer as abundant as before, and processes like inflammation, calcification, and oxidative stress become more intense. That's also why maintaining sexual activity, including regular ejaculation, may become more important over time. Not less. Of course, this doesn't mean everyone needs to masturbate every day. But it does suggest that maintaining a consistent, appropriate frequency, depending on each person's condition and needs, can be an essential part of preserving prostate health in old age. This isn't a prescription, it's a habit, and it only truly works when it's part of a balanced, healthy, and intentional lifestyle. A lifestyle that supports all the pillars of men's health: sleep, nutrition, movement, and mental well-being. So how do you know if you're in the safe zone? Urologists often pay attention to a few simple signs. You feel relaxed and refreshed after ejaculation, not tired or drained. You're not relying on masturbation to avoid emotions or to temporarily relieve stress. This habit doesn't interfere with your relationships, your work, or your daily physical energy. It's simply a natural part of your overall rhythm, like a good night's sleep, a nutritious meal, or a few walks throughout the week. But what happens when things fall out of sync? Anything, no matter how good, can disrupt the body's natural balance if taken too far. If masturbation becomes compulsive, driven by stress, boredom, or addiction to screen-based stimulation, the initial benefits may gradually reverse. At that point, your body may become desensitized to dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for pleasure, making it harder for you to feel joy from simple things. It can lead to mental fatigue and reduced sensitivity to natural stimulation. In some rare cases, excessively high levels of prolactin after very frequent ejaculation may cause fatigue, memory issues, or difficulties with sexual performance. So, the truth is, daily ejaculation can be beneficial, but only when it aligns with your lifestyle and your body's actual needs. The issue isn't the number of times, it's the context. The issue isn't absolute control, it's connection. Connection with biology, with your body, and with a deeper understanding of yourself. And that's exactly why this topic matters. Below are 5 science-backed action steps that every man should consider. Whether you masturbate daily, occasionally, or almost never, the first thing to do is establish a healthy ejaculation rhythm. Forget rigid dogmas. Forget shame or guilt. See masturbation for what it truly is, a natural biological function. Based on large studies from Harvard and Australia, ejaculating 4 to 7 times per week, nearly every day, is associated with a reduced risk of prostate cancer and improved prostate function over time. That doesn't mean you have to follow a fixed schedule. What matters is listening to your body. If you feel that masturbation is becoming compulsive or taking up too much mental space, it's time to reassess. But if you're holding back because of guilt or outdated beliefs that no longer serve you, it may be time to let go. Remember, ejaculation is a biological release valve. Holding it in for too long, especially after age 40 or 50, can increase the risk of prostatitis, blockages, or unnecessary hormonal suppression. Second, focus on naturally supporting your hormone levels. The prostate doesn't function in isolation, it's part of a hormonal orchestra that includes testosterone, DHT, estrogen, and cortisol. To keep this orchestra in tune, you need to care for the entire system. Lift weights around 3 times per week to naturally boost testosterone. Eat foods rich in zinc like pumpkin seeds, oysters, and beef. These nutrients are especially important for reproductive and immune function. Avoid excessive cardio, limit alcohol, and cut back on ultra-processed foods. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night so your body has time to restore and regenerate hormones. These habits won't just help you feel stronger and more energetic, they also support healthy PSA levels, prostate-specific antigen, reducing your risk of prostate enlargement or other future disorders. And third, drink plenty of water. Here's something most people never tell you. Your prostate depends on water. Prostatic fluid and urethral secretions are made up of to 90% water. When your body is dehydrated, these fluids become thick, making drainage harder, increasing pressure, and causing discomfort in the pelvic region. So don't confuse water with other beverages, not soda, not alcohol. Drink 2.5 to 3 liters of water daily, especially if you live in a hot climate or exercise regularly. Proper hydration not only helps your prostate function more efficiently, but also supports your kidneys, bladder, and overall energy levels, all of which are closely linked to prostate health. Fourth, get tested, don't guess. If you're over 40, this is no longer something you should do, it's something you must do. Don't wait for symptoms to show up before taking action. Ask your doctor about the following tests. PSA, prostate-specific antigen, the basic marker for screening prostate enlargement or cancer risk. Total and free testosterone, estradiol, DHT, and SHBG, especially important if you're experiencing issues like hair loss, reduced libido, swelling, or pain in the prostate area. Digital rectal exam, DRE, it might feel uncomfortable, but it's a simple tool for early detection of suspicious abnormalities. This isn't overreacting. This is how you take control of your body before something gets out of hand. Knowledge isn't something that should scare you, it's what gives you freedom and peace of mind. Fifth, train your pelvic floor. You may have heard of Kegel exercises and assumed they're only for women. They're not. The male pelvic floor muscles surround and support the prostate. When these muscles are weak, you may experience issues like urinary leakage, reduced erectile strength, ejaculation problems, and even symptoms linked to benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Here's how to do it. Tighten the muscle group you use to stop the flow of urine. Hold for 5 seconds, then release and take a deep breath. Do this 5 to 10 times a day, consistently. Over time, this exercise helps improve blood flow, enhances body control, and protects your prostate health, a simple but effective practice that any man can start today. So what really happens to the prostate when a man masturbates daily? According to modern medical understanding, the prostate is not harmed. In fact, it may be cleansed, stabilized, and better protected. But the more important question is this. The real danger doesn't lie in the act, it lies in the lack of knowledge. In the deeply rooted misconceptions and misinformation that have been passed down through generations. This video is not medical advice, and it's not a prescription. It's just a small part of the journey of understanding, to help you know your body better, to help you make smarter choices, and to help you live with more autonomy. If you have concerns about your health, symptoms, or any issues related to the prostate, talk to a doctor or a trusted specialist. Because every body is a different melody. And sometimes, what works for someone else may not be right for you. Everything shared here is based on up-to-date scientific research and public health data. But if this video surprised you, if it challenged something you used to believe was true, then please don't stay silent. Leave a comment, share your experience, ask a question, or let us know what topic you'd like to explore in the next video. Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on real, science-based, practical information created specifically for men's health. And you know what? It's not dangerous. It's not dirty. It's just a normal part of the body, and it's a part you can absolutely understand and take charge of.